It's the most wonderful time of the year. Electronic Arts got E3 off to a good start last night with what was probably their least cringy conference in a solid number of years. The night got off to a predictable start with a bit of the old Madden 18 and a showcase of the new single player mode. It's actually just an American football version of FIFA 17 single player. American football is now probably both more American and more football, so that's probably good news for someone somewhere. This was also the first example of cringy awkward announcing of this night, and while Mr. Aussie EA man is never the worst offender, he never comes off as particularly charismatic. And after that we got promised some Battlefront 2 at some point, so we'll just have to keep watching I suppose. Battlefield 1 time! We got some not so subtle hints about the Russian Revolution and a montage of some awful description. Montages are EA's bread and butter after all. The Russian Revolution hint lasts about 20 seconds before the new Battlefield 1 DLC in the name of the Tsar is announced, with vaginas being placed front and centre, which is where they normally are, come to think about it. We learn that the vaginas will be attached to the 1st Russian Women's Battalion of Death, which, to those who read history, is a battalion whose only experience with combat was surrendering. But it has a cool name, so let's let them off, eh? It's a shame because Russian women did play a very important role in both world wars and in the Russian Civil War primarily as snipers. But no one puts baby in the corner and fuck it, Battlefield 1 is hardly a simulation. People didn't stand on top of blimps firing at planes or resuscitate a man with a stab from a syringe after he'd been run over by a tank. I think we can let a little detail like this army wasn't very active go. In the name of the Tsar comes to us with 4 new maps and a bunch of new vehicles and weapons, which is a nice bit of variety. Just remember to feel the crushing Russian guilt at the knowledge that you'll end your part in the war by abandoning your friends and allies in the name of self-interest. Have fun. Esports, 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 esports. More sports. Bugger me, it's like this is an EA event or something. Ronaldo in his natural habitat. Covered in balls. What is going on? Who are these men? What are these blazers? Alex Hunter is back to bring more awful, stunted voice acting and, I suppose, probably football. This man looks worried, like there's a gun behind the camera and his dyslexia is playing up. Here we have Need for Speed Payback, a game that looks like the love child of Burnout 3 and Driver San Fran. Lots of exciting car battering action and some really nice visuals on display. Looks like a story-based campaign too. Is this the end of the open world for Need for Speed? It's nice to see a racing game where you kill people that aren't policemen. The devs of Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons finally took Aussie Man's calls and agreed to make a game for him. Brothers nearly made me cry. Contrary to his story about enjoying A Tale of Two Sons with his child, these guys have decided to make a gritty, violent game with a strong emphasis on co-op. That's not an exaggeration, this emphasis is so strong that co-op is the only way you can possibly play the game, unless you learn to play with one controller for each hand. It looks exciting, tense, beautiful, physically and emotionally draining. Everything I look for in a woman, but in a game. Also note how genuinely excited this guy is to talk about this game. He's putting everyone else to shame here, even the YouTubers. EA announced the creation of SEED, the Search for Extraordinary Experiences Division, which I'm assuming isn't a group of well-trained orphan mercenaries, although they never tell us what it is, so there's always the possibility. Project Scorpio is the best place to play Madden and FIFA, which is nice I suppose. But all the people I know who play FIFA would be perfectly happy to still play in the PS3. I don't think you'll be drawing them in with promises of being able to identify players by their finely detailed high-resolution haircuts. Another new IP, and it looks a lot like Evolve. But it's called Anthem, and the name is all we get until Microsoft's presser tonight.
The wall.
Build the wall! Build the wall! Now we have the basketballs. The one American sport I truly understand. You put the ball in the basket. Easy. I have no idea what's going on. His name is Gibbon, and he's excited as a Gibbon. It's nice when things line up like this. NBA 18 will also have a single player mode that will let you upgrade your character as you play through, upgrading stats like speed and dribbling. Most kids just learn to dribble automatically. Maybe NBA players get dehydrated. And now we have the big reveal, the reason we're all here, the Battlefront 2 portion of the show. We're greeted with the lady who plays the role of the protagonist in the single player campaign, and she does not look amused. If I was in a room with her alone and she looked at me like this, I'd be making mental notes of where the exits are. I hate this fandom bullshit. Like anyone actually gives a shit that John Boyega asked for single player. You don't need to sell on star power, EA, this is Star Wars. You can announce it with the words Battlefront 2 and Ariel on a black background and people would still throw pre-order money at it. This is a very cool Empire beanie. We got another YouTubers playing this game segment, but it wasn't as horrible as they normally are. Regardless, this bit was old the first time someone did it. Please stop. Battlefront 2 will be a lot heavier on customization, with customization for weapons, classes and even hero abilities. Meaning you'll have to take into consideration that the look you're fighting now may have a different loadout of abilities to the last one you fought. It's a very cool idea. There's more flexibility in gameplay now regarding tokens and pickups. You no longer spawn into specific vehicles and have a specific time before you get kicked out. Why the hell is there an Emperor hologram? John Boyega again. I haven't seen A New Hope, the reopening, and I don't plan to. Excellent news is that all post-launch Battlefront 2 DLC will be free for everyone. That is an incredible deal, but watch the catch. We'll be getting Battlefront 2, its customization options and its brand new space battles in November this year. Remember, don't pre-order. And the whole thing wrapped up with a live gameplay showcase of a 20-on-20 match on the map Assault on Theed. I'd assumed this would be scripted, but as far as I can tell it looked pretty real. On this map, the droid army had to push the clone army back through 3 stages of the map, doing different objectives each time to advance the game mode. It actually looks really good. It has a lot more soul to it than the last game, and yet somehow is more Battlefield than ever. Thus endeth the EA portion of the yearly harvest. Tonight we dine on Microsoft's brand of entertainment. See you there. Me and a couple of pals will be live streaming and commenting on the event in real time, so check the description for a link to the channel we'll be doing that on. Cheers for watching.
No, but Ray has mind trick affect enemies? Absolutely. So Ray's mind trick is something that against all enemies, they'll be confused.